Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. New series. So this is about TV shows that I watched recently, usually last week, maybe the last few days. I just call it shows I watched last week. It might not be weekly series, but I'll try and get it up like a couple times a month at least. Maybe a weekly series. It depends on how much time I got and I actually got to watch the shows as well. So there are some shows that, like, I want to review every show I watch, but there are some shows that I don't feel like making a review video on, so I'll put them in this video, in these videos, in this series. I think that would be good. I think there's some TV shows that I'll talk about on here and also review them later. Like as I'm watching them, I talk about them on here and I review at the end of the season. And there are some shows that I'll just talk about on here and here only and not anywhere else. So it'll be a mix of shows that I review separately and just don't review separately at all and talk about just here. So let me start with CWDC, and I'm going to make a video talking about all the shows once they're all over. I think there's Legends of Tomorrow. It's got 4 episodes left, I think. I think it's still going out. So once that's over, I'll make a review on all the shows. But Batwoman, the actress has quit. Ruby Rose has quit as Batwoman. I'm not surprised by it. People were hating on this show quite a lot before it even started. I gave it a chance personally. And honestly, I think it's up and down. The thing is, Crisis ruined this season's, ruined almost all the seasons of CWDC. I think Black Lightning was the only one that stayed good, but Crisis was so underwhelming, and they ruined the final season of Arrow. And Flash, Supergirl, Legends, for me, they all got underwhelming. At least on Legends, you get a range because they're time travelers. They go to different periods of time. And each episode feels different, you know. There's a big range between episodes for Legends of Tomorrow, and that's pretty good. It's good variety, but it's still a little eh. Flash and Supergirl and Batwoman as well. After Crisis, they just, you know, Batwoman started okay, but it just goes up and down, up and down. Like it's not episode by episode. Just in the episode itself, it goes up and down. It's good, then it's just really bad. Then it's good, then it's really bad. That's Batwoman for me. That's Batwoman. But the actress has quit. I think it's partly because of the hate. I don't think, like, even before the show started, she got a lot of hate, and I think that was unfair personally. I gave it a chance, and I'm just like, you know what? You can cast someone else, but she wasn't the problem. The problem was the script writing. The storytelling in it wasn't as good as it should have been. That was the main issue with Batwoman. It's the same thing with Supergirl as well. It's not the actors or anything. It's just the way they write their scripts. It's just so weird. Supergirl, I think, was really good in season 3, but since then they've just really dropped the ball. The Flash. This one is one of the most disappointing ones because it started off so well. Seasons 1 and 2 was so good, man. So damn good. Season 3 onwards, I'm just like, wow, what? It's just like Arrow, innit? Arrow seasons 1 and 2 were great. 3 and 4. I mean, 3 was good at first, then it just slipped off. 4 was just the worst ever. I'm just like, what on earth was that? 5 was really good, but then the rest were like, you know, and the last season just ruined it. The Flash since season 2 I think was great. First 2 seasons were great. Season 3 onwards, down. It went down. Having said that, there is one thing I liked about Flash recently. Godspeed, the character called Godspeed, the white speedster, he was cool. He wasn't a big part of the story, but when he turned up, you know, it's not the first time either. He turned up before in the show, but still, he's such a cool character. I want to know more about him. I want to know more about Godspeed. Godspeed seems like, you know, seems like the real deal, you know. Just a shame he's not a recurring character because I really liked Godspeed. You know, I really like Godspeed. That's the main thing. And then there's a few other things. The whole Iris thing. I don't have an issue with superheroes having love interests in their shows or movies, but romance kind of ruined these shows. Barry and Iris, and then there's Felicity and Oliver. They just, I don't know, just ruined the show a little bit. Let's move on. Let's stop talking about CW. Let's just, I love DC, but CW, you're really pushing my limits in terms of like how much I want to watch you. Like seriously, I'm considering stopping watching at least like 2 of the shows. Like, it's gotten that bad. Black Lightning is the only one that has been consistent so far this year. So yeah, whatever. I also watched the Parks and Rec special, so they came back. It's not like a proper episode. They were all like at their homes. They were playing their own characters, but they were doing a web call. They were calling each other, FaceTime. No, not FaceTime, but they were calling each other on Zoom or Skype or whatever, right? They were talking to each other, and it was an episode just with them in their houses playing their own characters. So it was pretty funny. Also, there's only so much you can do when everyone's sitting in one place and just on a video call. There were some funny adverts as well with some interesting characters in the middle. But yeah, this episode was fine. It was for a good cause. It was for a good cause. That's the main thing. So for that, it was worth it. As an episode, though, I think it was fine. It was pretty funny. It wasn't insanely funny. There's only so much you can do when you're just, at your home. But it was a nice moment. It was nice. Like, I do like seeing shows cast just reuniting. You did a show with a lot of people for years, a few years ago, and you're coming back together to have a little chat. That's a nice thing. That's a very nice thing, especially when it's a show you like. So it's nice to see all those characters back together again. So that was pretty good. So yeah, I didn't love it, but it was pretty funny. Also, back to CW, not DC this time. I watched the Riverdale and Dynasty finales. Yes, I watched Riverdale. Okay. Season 1 was amazing. It was a murder mystery. It was so interesting. Season 2 just dropped off. And since then, it's been partly good. Some parts have been really good. But there's so much cringe. There is so much cringe. And somehow, I still watch this show. I don't know why. I think I'm mad. It's just that there are some good storylines that keep me interested. But my words, half of each episode is so cringe. I'm just like, please stop. A better CW show is Dynasty. This is but it's an American remake from a British show called Dynasty. I haven't watched that one, but people who've watched that show or read books or whatever, they said something big happens at the end of season 3. But season 3 got cut short from 22 to 20 episodes, so you won't see it. So obviously this is the same thing for all the CW shows. They all ended a few episodes early because they couldn't film the last 2 episodes. So they all ended like with a finale that's not really a finale. So Dynasty's finale was a bit underwhelming, but this show is so bizarre. And it's a show that every episode surprises you. Like, Dynasty is a show that is unpredictable and there is a big surprise literally every episode. And to do that for 3 seasons, to surprise people for 3 seasons, that's pretty damn impressive. And I do love the show, so I'm looking forward to seeing season 4, because apparently the 2 episodes that they would have done for season 3, they will start off season 4, and apparently something huge happens. So next year, apparently they'll all be back in 2021. Apparently they're all done now until 2021. It might change depending on situations. And one last thing, The Last Kingdom. It's a Netflix show. It recently came out for season 4, I'm pretty sure. It's a historic based thing. I don't think it's based on real characters, but I don't think it's based on true story, but it's based on actual people that existed. So this is back when England wasn't England. There was Wessex, and there were Danish people, Vikings. Obviously there were Vikings in England at the time. It focuses on Uhtred, son of Uhtred. Every episode he says this: "My name is Uhtred, son of Uhtred," followed by his story so far. It's like every CW show as well. It's not a CW show, but like every CW show is the same thing. It's like they tell you their name, what's happened so far, and a recap. I'm just like, just get on with it. My name is Uhtred, son of Uhtred. I've heard it enough times, mate. I hear it every episode. But I watched the first 3 episodes, and it's decent so far. I've enjoyed the show so far. It's like a slower version of Vikings. There are some characters in this that do exist in Vikings. They're not connected to these 2 shows, but there are some characters in this show that exist in Vikings as well. Different actors, obviously. But it's to take place around the same time. I do like these old-fashioned movies. They're pretty cool, especially the big battles when they use their swords and shields. When they're done well, like there's some really cool fights. Game of Thrones has some great ones, Vikings has some great ones, and this show has some decent ones as well. This one isn't as good looking as Vikings, or certainly not Game of Thrones, but I think that's a budget reason. Having said that, based on the first 3 episodes, it's interesting. I do like the story they're doing, so I'm looking forward to it. A lot of it takes place in England as well, old school England, so I'm very interested in it, that's for sure. And that's what I watched last week. You can let me know what you watched down below and your thoughts on those shows. If you want, I might get no comments anyway, because that's just YouTube. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and see ya.